Hello there, Star Wars toy fans. Well, this happens to not be a toy video. It happens to be a quick lawnmower repair video because some of you guys may be homeowners and you have a lawnmower and maybe it's a Craftsman and all of a sudden it quits working. And so I thought, well, maybe I could help you guys out. And if you don't like this video, of course, just move on forward. So the problem with the lawnmower is it started up and it was running great for about 30 seconds and then died. And so I knew that there was a problem with one of three things, because gasoline motors are always based on, it needs three things to make them work. Gasoline, which is obvious, air, and then spark. If it doesn't have electricity, it doesn't have air, it doesn't have gas, one of those three things, your engine's not going to go. So a simple process, I've just filled the gasoline, so we were good to go there. So the next thing I did was I took off the air filter, which is right here. There's one screw that mounts to there. Air filter was pretty dirty, so I blew it out, put it back on. It still would turn over, but it wouldn't fire up. So the next thing I did was I checked the spark plug. And the spark plug happens to be right over here, and you just unscrew that and check to see what your spark plug looks like. If it's badly darkened, then you can black, then you can clean it off. That means you're burning too much oil, by the way. But that one was really clean. It was nice and dry, so that wasn't the issue. So then the next issue was gas. So what I did was I've loosened these three screws here, which is the access to the carburetor, so you can see where that is. And that wasn't really the entire problem, but I'm just showing you guys what to just do a test to make sure that you are getting fuel. Sometimes the jets can be plugged on the carburetor bowl. So there's your carburetor, and you can see here's a butterfly valve for the choke. Okay, so that allows air to come in and out. And you need that air mixture along with your fuel in order to make sure that things are going to run properly. So underneath there's a screw. I unscrewed that just ever so slightly, and then the gasoline started seeping out. I'm like, okay, good. I'm getting gasoline coming down from the tank into there. So then the next issue was, I noticed that the choke lever was not springing back. Now this thing happens to have an automatic choke rather than a manual choke. And so what happens is it's automatically closed right now. And then when the engine heats up, then it draws it towards the front. I don't know how that works, honestly, but then that opens up your choke valve and then everything's good to go. Well, the spring was not working properly. In fact, when I went to take it off, it sprung off somewhere. I think it went underneath here, this cover. Couldn't find it. So what I did was I went to my parts manual, and it's like $8 for the spring. You can get this down at your hardware store. It was about, is it 2 1/4 inch spring? And you don't want a lot of tension on it. It's got to be pretty loose. But anyway, fired it right up. Everything works just fine. So if you have that issue with your lawnmower, it's pretty simple to get into. Just 2 screws on top of there, the 3 I showed you, and you don't even have to take off the plate, this plate here, to get in there. I just did that so that way you could see how everything moves a little bit easier. Well, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you on a future toy video.